Hello everyone, my name is Adam Twilight, this is Hex Mania, and welcome back to Danganronpa, where we are about to go into the class trial over the murder of Sayaka Miyazono. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid that you'd be discovered as the murderer you are. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can reveal all the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then.
Is everyone here? Okay then.
Board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom.
Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom,
Where all your fates will be decided.
where all your fates will be decided.
I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting. Alright. I guess we talked to everybody first before we get on the elevator. Why not? So whoever stuck us here even took the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh?
Impossible.
Damn, we really gotta go through this class trial thing, huh? If you wanna confess, I guess now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it! There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step in the future. Relax, I haven't decided 100% that you're culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Sorry, in the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. I forgot to ask Shihiro about the numbers. Shit. Even though the numbers are obviously Leon, but... Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her?
What the heck?
I can't help but wonder whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now. Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? Being so insistent even though you're obviously killed her, very impressive.
You know what I mean.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. So the school basement has become the darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Konagi's final curtain call. Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready? Alright, in we go. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator. Let us begin. Good idea. Are you scared? No, scared isn't right. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raise my voice to try and give myself courage, I turn, trembling with anticipation, towards the elevator. With each step forward, I can feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the school's basement. Wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time has finally come. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? Just like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close. It's total shit. Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. They did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so everyone could see everyone else. It also meant it would be easy for anyone to transfer their attention and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain of our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yes, I like to save. Alright. We got truth bullets at least. Set up our skills. So we got this. There we go. Should be good. Alright, let's begin the trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
I'm pretty sure they're all going to be constantly talking here, so I'm not going to read out the things. I apologize if the sound is too quiet for you guys to be able to hear that, but it's the whole, like, audio balancing thing, and I want to make sure that I'm heard over the game, so...
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay, everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Taka.
Be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
God, don't give him ideas.
But what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
I feel like the whole 16 people thing is, like, foreshadowing for the fact that, like, I'm pretty sure future games have 16 participants as opposed to just 15, so...
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this just isn't about me, everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-topic... Yeah, give me more information. As things progress, in each class trial, you'll engage in a number of non-stop debates. During the discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. Use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets we have found during your investigation will be loaded in a truth cylinder. Use a mouse to aim. Fire with left mouse button. Pay attention to the statements. Use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note if you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so please be careful. If you use the escape key, you can review the controls. Alright. Let's begin.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, you know that part already. And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She
No.
didn't even have a chance to resist.
There we go. I had to wait until the end there.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things have been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
No, don't be sad, Chihiro.
Okay, so what's next?
Baby, no.
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Well, obviously the knife. Also, I need to wait for the yellow, so.
Was used to kill her.
Some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had?
Nope. Wasn't random, buddy. It's taken from the kitchen.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
Bitch, stop.
Right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What proof do you need?
And of course they're accusing Makoto. I get it, she's a bland piece of bread, but...
Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right, there's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. Sure, tell me about this. You can concentrate by holding down the space key. Time will slow down so you can pay closer attention, steady your aim, make it easy to target potential weak spots, concentrating use the focus gauge. If this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. Recover over time. Alright. Aui's account. Let's go.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret. Nobody was in the dark. No, it's wrong.
There we go.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass. One of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in that dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other? Idiot swimmer girl?
Don't be mean to Hina. Don't.
More importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already. No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case. Oops. Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife? Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me.
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's
Me.
right.
Leon, you're acting suspicious.
Either one of them grab the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking. I just asked her to stay over. Which
Oh.
means we have airtight alibis. You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I love Sakura.
If it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Oh, someone who's not here. Are you talking about?
She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Shit. Sayaka. Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka.
Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely,
The person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Oh shit.
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Reverse Hangman's Gambit. Explain. Things advance. Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. This is to reveal the important phrase related to the incident in question. Deduce the phrase from the letters lying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the letters in the right order. Mouse to aim, and then left mouse button to shoot. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, if you run out of time, you fail. Alright. Yeah, something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. We can figure out what that something is. It's hair. It's hair. It was the hair. There we go.
I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
I'm so glad that they're talking entirely for me, by the way. My mouth is so sore from talking earlier.
Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke, which is the doorknob.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. What does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but what is the key point here? Yeah, tell me more about the non-stop. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there is essentially only one lie or contradiction that fate. Not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use the truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only you only fail to refute what they said, but you also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well, then, good luck. Alright.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
That's it.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail they didn't know was that it took place in my room.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? You're saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
Rakio sounds so tired, by the way. Oh my god.
Didn't know they'd switched rooms? Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Oof.
So, why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. And that's the answer right there. There's no ways I could let the room in because... I believe it's the whole switching room thing, right? Created rooms. Key was also discovered in Makoto's rooms. Yeah, originally switched because somebody... Yeah, this is probably it.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
That is true.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come and see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique. But even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
I like how Mondo's just angry in the corner there.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found a notepad on the desk in Makoto's room. Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't.
But of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
How long have you been? Oh damn, that's been 30 minutes. I think I'm going to stop the episode here, because we're at a nice spot to kind of stop. I will continue this next time so that this video doesn't become super long. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!